Can you hear me? Can you
Yes.
hear me? And we are back live, MSC 2026. A guest that was not going to be at this conference, and then you're here
Yeah.
because of a cancellation. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Ginger, how are you?
I'm great because I'm here. The weather's nice. You know, it's not as nice in the rest of the coast
No.
yeah.
But you live out here.
This is the only time of year I can brag about it, you know? Like, we got the good weather. In the summer, it's really hot, so.
Yeah. Well, I was even sweating. It was like 81 degrees yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So this year, I'm doing 10-minute chats.
I like it.
Are you up for the challenge?
Of course.
So I actually had a subject for you that I wanted to chat with you about. But first, so I don't screw this up, let's make sure everybody knows who you are. Can you just brief why you are here at MSC, what you do for the metrology community, and if you really are interested after this, you can go back. She's been on the podcast before, so
under a different name, but yes.
True. I can retroactively fix that for you if you want.
I like that. So I am representing the Navy. I work on the NAVSEA side of the house. I've been kind of organic DOD, DOW since I was in the military, went out and did it on the civilian side. And so I've done Marine Corps, Air Force, and now I'm with the Navy. And I've kind of moved up from being on the bench to the technical side and now the acquisition side. So we're trying to procure the right equipment for all of our sailor labs, our shipyards, and even we're working alongside our NavAir for the depots and make sure we are all kind of standardized, modernized, and supporting the warfighter as we need to.
And that's what that's what my topic was, because I see you on LinkedIn these days, and you have those SAM.gov requisitions.
Yes.
Can you explain those for people? Because I feel like they don't get enough attention of it. I think they could be a really good opportunity for places. Like, what are the things that you're looking for, or that the government at large is looking for in those things?
So this is something I've actually given presentations at MSC and NCSLI on it. In fact, I'm hoping for this NCSLI coming up to talk about like how to write an award-winning proposal, because we are seeing it run the gamut where we're seeing great quality product come across the desk, but the way the proposal is written, it's not going to cut it for all of the chopping blocks. So it's anything, to be honest, you're going to see on SAM.gov, anything above 15,000, and there'll be windows like 15,000 to 250,000, and then above that, it's a different requirements and processes, but I think in my niche, we do focus mostly between the 15K and the 250K on SAM.gov. And there is an opportunity out there for those of you who are interested in doing the SAM.gov process if you're a small business, because the market is so small that are people competing that there's a lot of opportunity to win. And you don't have to be a big company. You can be a distributor for one of those big companies. Of course, you're going to want to work with the company and make sure that they're okay with you turning around and selling their product.
Sure.
Maybe 30-day net to pay for when you get the product. But there's a lot of opportunity out there, and that's what I wanted to do. Is again, I'm looking for everybody to submit and bid so that, we can get the warfighter what they need when they need it.
Sure. And can you give an example? Because there was a few recently. They're skipping my mind. Wasn't one like a gauge product?
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember.
We've had a lot. I will say we did have one where we were just looking for master ring gauges. We were looking for double X class master ring gauges. I think sets of 10 with 5 in each set. So we did actually get a lot of distributors participating on that.
Oh, nice.
But a lot of them got chopped off because one of the things we required was an accredited CAL with it. And I bet you a lot of them had an accredited CAL, but they didn't specify it.
Sure.
So unfortunately, they were excluded, and they may have had the best price, but they didn't fully meet everything we were looking for.
I see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've even been starting to dabble a little bit more. I was in SAM.gov for a long time, and it didn't get me a lot of traffic, but I've noticed as time has gone on, I'm getting more people reaching out because I haven't updated mine. And they're like, is this still available? I'm like, hey, sam.gov's coming around now for me. So I've been paying more attention of it, and right at the same time I'm seeing your posts, and I'm like,
Yeah.
now I'm getting more urgency. I'm like, I need to get on there more and really get on there. Because can you explain to it just real briefly, like, do people in your position, do you actually go on there and sometimes peruse things that people have available?
I have it in mind. Again, so I've taken over the role. Before,
Sure.
I would just, say like, oh, this is shiny. Let's go look at this and then move on. But now with a lot of the change in management and people retiring and stuff, I'm now taking a more active role in that. So on our end, we are doing a lot of market research as much as we can before it goes over. But then on the contract side of the house, they're also obligated to do market research. And so that's when you'll see these like sources sought. They're looking for information. And that's when, especially if you're a small business, you're going to want to respond to it because it may turn out that they will award it only to small business based on whoever inquires during that phase.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And because I've never been on the, what are you calling it? What's your vision through it? You're the.
Well, I'm the technical point of contact for the contracts
But
process.
I mean, when you log into sam.gov, what is your? Because I'm just putting like what I fill in like my services and stuff like that. When you go in there, are you able to search available type services and stuff like that?
I don't know how to do that yet.
Yeah,
So again, I'm new. I'm
curious.
learning. And I do know they have roles, but again, with us, since we're so close to the product, to make sure that we're following all the processes correctly and not overpromising or an unauthorized commitment, they really remove us from the process. So it's very it's very strategic, or there's no favoritism.
Right.
So again,
right.
that's why I'm like, I'll just throw it up on LinkedIn, let everybody know. We want everyone to compete, and we want everyone to put in a good quality proposal. But there is a lot of opportunity. There are many times when we put stuff out there and there's no feedback, there's no bids,
Jeez.
and we're like, I guess the Navy doesn't get what their toy today,
I wonder if people would just feel like, this doesn't apply to us. I know I felt like that sometimes, but
That's what I did want to say before it goes to learning, but before it goes to RFP, before they're ready for you to submit your proposal, they have, like the sources sought, or there's another one, I'm not sure. But that's when you can ask the questions. You're like, I don't think this is possible, or can you clarify this? And then that's the opportunity where we're going to tweak it. Because we may have requested the moon, and everyone's like that. Like, our feedback sometimes is just nobody submits because they're like, you requested the moon, like you can't have the moon. But if there is that feedback of like, are you looking for this? Can you please clarify what you mean by that? Then we may tweak it.
I see. Okay.
Before it goes to that proposal part.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So what else is new? We're almost at the end of our 10 minutes already.
Wow.
See how fast the 10 minutes
Yeah.
goes?
It did go quick.
So what else is new in the Navy thing? Because you're, as you mentioned, it was a month or two ago that you swapped?
So our lead, Danny, we miss him already. He retired in July. So it's been really drinking from a fire hose. But
It's been that long?
but
Man,
we've
time flies.
we're not allowed to procure or like seek new procurements towards the end of our fiscal year. And then with the government shutdown, there was a lot. So like December is really when we ramped up. And then we need to execute on all of this, within a certain window, even though we were delayed. So
Yeah. I even dealt with that stuff this last year because I have a significant number of clients that are government contracting, and things were set up, and they're like, the funding's there, we're ready to go, we just can't release it, and then everything gets shifted, and you're like,
it's coming.
What is going on here? Yeah, wild times, huh?
Yeah. The only thing I will say, just really quick, is
Yeah.
that if you are a veteran, if you are a small business woman-owned, or if you are a disabled veteran, again, there is a set aside in the government for those specific small businesses. So if you are any of those three, I highly recommend getting a cage code, getting on there, and start bidding. And even if you like metrology, but if you have another passion or a niche, I'm telling you that this is a great opportunity as a whole within the country to
Right, yeah.
support the country.
Well, and maybe that's something, I don't know, depending on your schedule, because we've had you on the podcast before talking about management type stuff. Maybe your the thing that you do for MSC and NCSLI, maybe we can have you on to kind of discuss it as well, because I think people that at least we support in the school would be very interested to know. Because that's kind of one of those things like, oh, we want those government contracts. And it's like, well, you got to go and do things to do that.
Yeah, and that's where I'm learning. And that's what I'm hoping for the next conference, to create a class where, it's bite-sized chunks. And especially with AI these days, you can be like, okay, show how my product meets this requirement in like line by line.
Yeah.
I mean, make everyone's life easier. You don't have to do it all anymore. You can AI it.
I don't do handouts anymore.
What do you do?
AI. Well, Ginger, thank you. That's 10 minutes with Ginger Hazard from the Navy. Thank you for coming on once again. And was that a commitment for a possible podcast on the road?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I know you want to do it for the conferences, but if I can snag you for the podcast too, and we can bring Henry in for that one too.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I almost had him call in for this.
That would have been fun too.
I know. We just couldn't.
Does he have FOMO?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
Yeah.